Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2022, and we're back in rice country in Brazil. Is Brazil rice country? I guess. Probably more so than Oregon. Uh, Anyway, we got a controller ready. We're ready to go to work. What the hell they eating there? Sure eat a lot of pastries out on the farm. I think they were policemen or something. Cookies and donuts, oh my. All righty. Well, I think everything's ready to go. All we need to do is advance time a little bit so we can get the rice ready to go. Let me pull up here and let's turn on the flight mode. A little speed. Farm Sim Guy, hello, how are you? Scorpions in the house. AVC, good. Big howdy. Texas howdy. All right, so, yeah, let me speed time up a little bit, and we'll advance the crops. See if we can get some rice ready to go. Farm Sim Guy, what's new in the little corner of the world you live in? Anything new? Let's think about that for a minute. All right. I'm going to head over to the pump because I'm going to try to get this stuff ready to go. Tim's in the house. Hey, Tim, you said you stepped on your iPad. Does your iPad still work? Reason I ask is I had a Kindle that Addie had, and she did about the same thing. I think she sat on hers, and it was just, the whole glass was just, destroyed. She could still use it though, and so I bought a new glass part for it and replaced it. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hard to do. A lot of times those things, it costs more to fix them than it does to buy a new one. If you know what I mean. Boise, Idaho. These wildfires are producing a ton of smoke here. I bet they are. We had a little bit of smoke from a fire up in Canada a few months ago. Anyway, yeah, nasty. Boise, huh? I spent a lot of time up in Idaho. My brother lived up there. I like Coeur d'Alene's pretty. I applied for a job in Spokane and almost got it. And we were looking at that area, that area of Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, pretty country. There are some parts of Idaho that they had some mining in that looked a little rough, but every state's got pretty and ugly at some point. Nipple J, hello, how are you? Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Idaho's pretty. It's the kind of country I grew up in. I'm a little nervous about sleeping the time. The last time I slept, it went into wilting instead of harvest time, and it scares me now. Hi, Andy. So Tim says it's just a screen. Big John, hello, how are you? Just lurking today? Kind of busy? That's okay. We like lurkers. I'm a lurker myself. When I go onto other people's pages, I don't like to announce myself. I just hide in the background. There's Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Still waiting. I think that's as fast as I can go, isn't it? 120? No, I can go 360. What? Why did I not do that? Might have to go through the night. Anthony says he's doing good. Like to hear that. It's raining. Look at it rain. Those clouds boiling over. Yep, rain stopped. We're into August, according to the calendar up in the right-hand corner. All right, well, we're waiting for the rice to grow. It's like watching a pot boil, isn't it? We got, sugar beets are ready. What else we got? Looks like we've got some corn ready. And we've got potatoes. Everything's ready but the rice. What? Does it take rice a long time? I never did look. How many stages of rice is there? I think there's 6 stages of beets, 4 stages of potatoes. Those potatoes are ready. And we've got sunflowers. Everything's ready except for the rice. Well, bummer trails. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start harvest. We'll just wait for the rice, I guess. I mean, not wait for the rice. So let me drop time down again. I'll just put it to normal. Normal is 5. I usually run it at real time, but Matt. Hello, Matthew. Matt. Wonder whatever happened to Matty. He doesn't come in anymore. Oh, it's going to rain. That means I can't harvest. Well, I can harvest, but you get really bad yield if you do. So let's go ahead and pick up our harvester. Pick up one of those. Put the big engine in it. We do have some hills. Michelin's are okay. Capacity 60,000. Let's up that a little bit. I don't really have a need for the GPS. We can always do that later. Kokoda in Pantalone. Thank you. I thank you. The Twinkies thank you. Everybody thanks you for that. I appreciate it. Cacaro in Pantalone. I don't know what that means. Is that, Oh my God, Craig, how are you? I've been worried about you. I'm doing good, Cacaro. Am I pronouncing that right? Probably not. Anyway, let's get this. I don't think I need GPS. I'm going to just lease this, though, because I don't do potatoes and sugar beets that often that I want to spend that much money. So we'll just do that. And then I want, what do we do first, the beets or the potatoes? Let's do the beets first. It's a smaller field. And so we want, okay. Sugar beet is faster, but it's only 5.4 meter. So let's get the faster with the big 16.7 meter. And there's nothing to do on it. I'll leave it red, and we'll just lease it. All right, and we got to get rid of the rain. We can't harvest in the rain. If you harvest in the rain, you can still harvest, but I think you lose at least half the yield. So that's for grain anyway. I don't know. Maybe the others are different. But let's skip on down the road and get the... Oh, it's going to go into night, is it? Or not? Just dark rain. Come on. Craig says work's been a pain. Yeah, it can be. It can be. All right, now this is weird. Let me fix this here, because this is... Let's give me some strength. Yeah, eat my spinach. We'll grab this and just move it around. Like that there. Put our speed or our strength back away again. Boy, that spinach went through me. All right, let's head up through here, if I can get through here. Oh shoot, where am I at? Man, this is a monster piece of equipment, isn't it? Can I make this corner? Ah. I got the nicest comment on last week's video, or Tuesday's live stream. I got the nicest comment. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's from a guy named Nico from Italy, and was saying how much he enjoyed all of my videos, and that he liked my play style because it made him feel like he was sitting with a friend. Just playing along with the game. And you guys know that have been with me. That's how I used to describe my play style in the introduction to my channel. I said even from the very beginning, my play style is to play like we're two friends sitting in the living room enjoying a game, and that's how I play. And he said he appreciated that. He has been missing the live streams for some reason, and he said he was really looking forward to the time he could maybe come into a live stream and just chat with us all. And so I looked around and I found his channel. He has his own YouTube channel, and he plays he plays on his channel music for therapy. You know, like trying to go to sleep with rain, or nature sounds and things like that. And he plays some at certain frequencies that are supposed to be conducive to health and your mental and physical health. Music played at a certain frequency. Anyway, it was pretty interesting, and it was kind of nice music. So I went ahead and subscribed to his channel. Class rings already? Oh my goodness. I think he's got a couple more years, don't he? I gotta concentrate here. I'm real close to that fence. All right! Yo! Somebody scared me. Who did that? Andy and his mead. Lori's in the house. Yeah, it's comments like that that kind of make you, feel better about what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
I'll get to feeling kind of low and thinking, well, my channel's dying. I wonder if I should just quit. And then I'll get a comment like that where they appreciate what you're doing. It makes you feel better about stuff. Oh boy, I can't read that. I can't read that. Whatever that is. Hey, Farm Sim guy's up to 75 buckets of grain. Coming right along. All right, I'm going to let that go. And then we got to get, let's see, we got sunflowers, right? So where are the sunflowers? That's corn. Let's go for the corn first, I guess. We got this guy ready to go. Oh, shit. Hit that fence. I hit the gate. Whoa, come back here. Oh, it was already open. It said it wasn't open. Open, open, open. All right. That scared the hell out of me. All right. All right. Let's get this guy. And this is the fast one. We'll get him going in the sunflowers. So let's choose this one, and then sunflowers are up in here, but oh, you know what? I might not be able to do that. I don't think they're quite ready. Let me go take a look. We'll get this guy up there anyway. I don't think the sunflowers are quite ready. Because of the middle strip that I plowed up. I don't think, yeah, see, it's not grown yet. This part here hasn't grown out yet. Doesn't mean I can't work on it. Well, I might just start. I think this is all ready to go. I'll start, except for this strip here. I'll start, maybe this stuff will grow up by the time I'm done. Farm Sim Guy does FS23 vids. Farm Sim 23 vids, not 22. Making vids do help you relax. Farming Simulator is relaxing. Double P just got a strike for posting a video of tedding hair on the tractor, and got a strike. Why would they give you a strike for that? If you guys haven't seen Double P, he doesn't record like I do. He's playing on a monitor, and he's recording the monitor with just regular camera. But so I don't know why he would get a strike, unless it was Superfly's music. Yeah. Well, generally they don't. That's a copyright. That's not a strike, because if you get a strike, if you get 3 strikes, then they shut your page down. A strike is if you say or do something that's against their rules and regulations. So, excessive violence or, hate speech or something like that. That's when you get a strike. What you're describing is copyright, and copyright's no big deal. What a copyright does is somebody says they own the music and that you can't make money on it. Well, if you're not getting paid for advertising, then what's the big deal? All they're doing is telling you somebody else is claiming the rights to that music, and if there's any ad revenue made from that, they get it, not you. All right, we got that going. We need to get... Oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Somebody didn't want to work. This is the main reason why I always try to do headlands, because it kind of saves this kind of thing from happening. I might have just watched that video, Double P. I just watched one of your videos last night or the night before. I can't remember. Days go by too fast for me. I can't remember. It was either last night or the night before I went and watched one of your videos. Might have been that one. All right, Andy, how's the wife doing? Oh, look at those pigs rolling around the muck over there. I gotta find a truck and trailer. Let's grab this tractor here. I bought some Mucinex to see if it helped my froggy throat. I forgot to take it. And I had a milkshake with lunch. That didn't help. Oh, I hit a tree. No, I hit the quicker picker-upper. I'm drying it. I'm drying the corn and selling it as dried corn. Well, I was hoping for some better news, Andy. Well, why did it stop there? That is weird. Look what it did. That's weird. Oh, shoot. We're going to have to get some of that. All right, let's go get that. Sugar beets. We'll pick up the beets. Definitely more prayers. I hope she gets those results soon so they know what to do. That sepsis is nothing to mess around with. Yeah, I think if I remember right, don't they have to do blood transfusions if there's something like that?
Oh, yeah.
There's a round for you, Andy. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, it's pretty scary. I haven't slept good the last couple nights. Night before last, I had acid reflux problem. Kept me up and kept getting me up. Last night it was just bad dreams, just some nasty dreams. That scary dreams. Carol said I was crying at one point in my sleep. So I was kicking and yelling and screaming, and at one point I was crying, and it was a terrible dream. I don't remember a lot about it, but all right, moving on. I might as well wait for him to finish, because then I can take this whole load in here. Let's jump over. Who's working? Let's see. We got Andy working that. We've got Rob. Rob's working the big machine. And we got Craig's working. That's what Craig wanted, another job. Farm Sim says he's got blood clots in main artery in the right leg, and yeah, that's nasty. Yes, that's scary stuff. If I get pains in my legs and stuff, that's what I worry about. Is that kind of thing. Sometimes I'll get some kind of pain in my thighs and things like that, calves sometimes, and if I haven't been stretching or exercising hard, I really don't have any reason to have muscle problems, and so I always worry about blood clots, especially with all the medicines I take. All right, let's go top off this trailer. We're done with the sugar beets. Yeah, I kind of figured that, but it doesn't stop you from worrying about stuff. Really. Me anyway. It doesn't stop me from worrying about stuff. I worry about stuff all the time. When I'll have something like that, and I'll think, oh my God, is it cancer? Is it this? Is it that? Am I having a heart attack? Well, I've had a couple, but you still kind of worry about stuff like that. I didn't used to, but the older I get, I'm living on borrowed time now at 71. And then, you know, people will say, well, 71's not that old. That's not the problem. The problem is the health problems I've had my whole life, which you know is taking toll. And there's other people that are healthy their whole lives, you know. The odds are better for them. Somebody like me, I've had a stroke, I've had open heart surgery, I've had diabetes. I mean, on and on and on. You know, I've had some issues, and that's been through my whole life. So some of those things got to take a toll on your body, which would lead me to believe that maybe I've knocked a few years off my life that maybe I would have had if I'd have been healthy the whole time. Who knows? You don't know, and that's the whole thing. There's people that exercise their whole lives and die of a heart attack out running on the road at a young age or something, or they get hit by a car. And then, you know, there's people that smoke and drink and are overweight and live to be 90. You can't. It's in the genes. You just don't know. It's a toss-up. All right, I'm going to make this one a different color just because I can. Let's make it kind of a tannish color. We'll make it that color right there. No, that's yeller. They have a brown. Is there a brown somewhere? There's a brown. We'll do that for potatoes. And I'm going to lease that too. Okay, here we go. Let's go get that. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. There's been many times I've had little aches and pains, and I think, oh my God, what if it's this? In the back of my mind, I think I'm fine, but there's always that little niggle, you know, because my brother, he retired. He was a year younger than me, and he'd get where his joints would hurt, his hip, and it would hurt walking upstairs, and he didn't do anything about it. And pretty soon it got bad enough he couldn't hardly make it up the stairs, and he finally went to the doctor, found out he had stage 4 cancer. What if he would have went in the very first time he had pain? You know, it might have been the same result. I don't know. Cancer's a nasty thing. But he ended up passing shortly after that. And so I get a pain in my hip, and I think, oh my God, you know, what if that's cancer? You know, so I grew up the same place he did. You know, we grew up in the Yakima Valley close to Hanford, where they have all that nuclear waste, and there's a lot of people get cancer in that area. So, but everybody's different. Your genes are different. Well, we got the same genes, but I don't know. Everybody's different. You still think about it. I still do anyway. And Carol just laughs at me. Well, if you're really worried, go to the doctor. And I say, nah, I'm not really worried. I'm just thinking, what if it is? What if it is that? What if it, you know? Sometimes your mind is your own worst enemy. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get this thing out, so let's take a look at our map here. And I need to put that right in here, and we'll make it go that way. Uh-oh, what was that? I missed it. How come that didn't show up for me? Hey, Dennis is in the house. I didn't see that. What was it? Don't panic. Weird. Maybe it showed up and I didn't see it. Sometimes the sound is off. Should you stream on Twitch? Well, that's up to you, Double P. Twitch is usually better for streaming. There's the main reason I stream on YouTube is I've got over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got a couple hundred followers on Twitch. If I stream on Twitch, which I do, nobody watches. So that's why I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on YouTube and then share it to Twitch with software. So if you go to Twitch right now, you'll see this stream I'm doing is on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. All right, hang on. But yeah, Twitch is made for streaming. It's when I Twitch like I do now, when I Twitch, when I stream like I do now, I'm streaming on YouTube. Okay, like I say, I got 5,300 subscribers. When I'm done with this stream and I say bye, see you next time, and I shut it down, it's already up on YouTube as a video. So anybody that missed it can watch it immediately. If I was to be streaming on Twitch, then I'd have to copy that. I'd have to get a copy of the stream and transfer it over to YouTube, which would be a pain in the butt. And it would take time, it would take effort, it would take, this is just easier for me. But yeah, stream on Twitch, I would. New Soul Music. Is this Nico? If it is, didn't you tell me you go by Nick? It's Nick. Hey Nick, how you doing? So good to hear from you. That I was just telling him earlier how much your comment meant to me. New Soul Music, everybody. If you like music to go to sleep to, or music for mental and physical health, check out Nick's channel. He's got some nice music on there. In English, your name's a girl name? Well, we wouldn't hold that against you. I can't tell you how many times I've been called Ruby instead of Rudy. I had a job once when I worked for the bank. The bank used to be really structured in the old days. In the old days, almost all the tellers at the bank were female, and that side of the bank was dominantly female. The loan side was dominated by the men. Well, at one point, I worked the teller side as a supervisor, as the boss. And people used to call me and ask for Ruby, because they thought, well, they must have made a mistake. It couldn't be Rudy, because there's no men that work that side of the bank. So I used to get calls all the time for Ruby. And they kept telling me, don't take your love to town. I was okay, no problem. No problem. I haven't got that much love to go around. All right, here we go. Potato harvest. Yeah. I've seen some women have some pretty nice mustaches. Well, I'm glad you made it on, Nick. You made my day. Uh-oh. I got to get going here. I'm getting behind. Thank you, Nick. I try to be. I used to say when I was younger, if when I pass away, um, the thing that they would say about me is, "Here lies a good man." That's all I've ever wanted in life, is to be able to remember it as a good person. Oats? What would I do with oats? Yeah, if you're named Nicholas here in the States, everybody would call you Nick. Or Nikki, if you're young. Hey, Nikki. And Nikki could be a girl's name. I've known girls named Nikki. Nikki's still a girl's name. Well, don't they don't they call Santa Claus Nicky? Saint Nicholas. Oh, I had to go pick up sunflowers. Was is it sunflowers? No, it's corn. We'll go pick up some corn. Um, and I'm short on I think sugar beets and potatoes. I need to get over into the pig food. My pig food machine's out of something. I can't remember what. Oh, you didn't know I played Flight Sim? Yeah. I've actually taken a hiatus from it for a while. I don't know. I'm thinking about this new one they're supposedly coming out with. Oh my gosh, somebody's got traffic stopped over there. Either that or there's a funeral going on. Yeah, as usual though, I'm not real good at it. Um, I like to try to fly the big planes,
yeah.
but boy, they're complicated. I need to finish my tour. I started a tour in Flight Sim, where I started up in Washington State, which is the furthest northwest you can get, and I flew all the way through Idaho, Montana, into the Dakotas, and then over into Vermont and New York, and then I went down the East Coast to Florida, which is the southeast you can get. And then from Florida, I came over and went through Texas and into California and then back up the West Coast. So I did a full circle of the United States, and then I stopped. I meant to go and finish that out by going into the middle part of the United States and flying to every state. I still need to do that. But I've been debating whether to do that now or to wait until the new game comes out. I haven't decided if I'm going to get the new live flight sim game, and I don't know anything about it yet. I haven't been looking at it. Band of brothers. Oh, did he stop? All right, man, Andy, look at all the sunflowers you got there, buddy. Let's see, what's wrong with, somebody quit on me. I don't know who was driving this one. I can't remember. Was it Craig? I can't remember if Craig was doing the corn. Craig got tired and quit. There's only so many buckets of grain you can eat, Craig. Well, he tried to get you to take over, Scorp. You wouldn't do it, so he just said, hell with this, I'm going home. We're supposed to be up in the 90s today, believe it or not. Jeremy's here. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Almost missed Jeremy. So, we need to find out more about Nick. What part of Italy are you from? And you mentioned something about you lived in Scotland. Andy's from Scotland, but he lives in England. Andy's a trader. Just kidding. That's harsh words. I can't say that. Craig went on strike again. 88 here. I don't know what it is outside. It's cooling down. It was supposed to get to 90, but a little bit of a fog rolled in, so that cools it right down. I'd ask Alexa, but I'm mad at her. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's only 84.
Tonight, expecting low 59 degrees.
Yeah, it's only 84 because a fog rolled in, and that cools it right down. See, that happens on the coast a lot because we'll get a day that's supposed to be really hot, but if it gets hot inland, the heat draws the cool off the ocean. When that happens, it brings a fog on us, and the fog cuts the sun, and we don't get the hot weather. That doesn't always happen. It depends on what's happening inland. Calabria, close to Sicily, born and raised in Lombardy. Six years in Scotland, huh? That's a lot of haggis there. Well, we've got daily prayers going for Andy's wife, Jenny. She's got some health problems that we're worried about. So If you're into that kind of thing, Nick, you can join us. I did. Well, as long as you didn't miss me messing up. That's kind of hard to do because I mess up all the time. But unlike a lot of YouTubers, I fess up to my mess ups. Hey, that's kind of poetic. Fess up to your mess up. Sounds like something you'd hear in Fallout 4. Fess up to your mess ups. Yeah, I think I got carried away with farming, and I wasn't watching the chat. Unfortunately, I do that quite often. I miss a lot of the chat for some reason. When Lynn was around, she used to get on. I think I was using Ventrilo back then. I can't remember. She used to get on and whisper in my ear, "Rudy, you missed somebody. Such and such came in, and you didn't say hello." You have a problem with the letter W? Hey, it's the English language. I have a problem with a lot of the letters. All right, let's see here. How much? Bill's working. We got old Bill to work. He's almost half full. So Bill's half full of it. I thought Bill was all full of it. I got to get Andy emptied here. Oh, Craig's full too. Oh my goodness. All right, I can't wait. I'm gonna have to get this guy in and get him emptied. The letter W is broke. Okay. You don't use W very much. If the letter Z was broke, you wouldn't hardly ever notice it. People would be asking, what's an Ibra? What the heck's an Ibra? It's a zebra. The Z's broke. So people will think you're hurt because you'll be typing wow, and we'll hear ow. 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 All right, let's see. What was I looking for? Somebody was working. Oh, right. We got potatoes. I went the wrong way. I always go the wrong way. Ah! Get back here. I hear the pigs squealing. You you could probably tie the command to a different letter, a different key. Just key bind a different key. Let's see. Do we use Q for anything? You could keybind Q for W. Well, hell, that's just like Craig then. He sometimes works. If your key sometimes works, a lot of us only sometime work. Except for me, I don't work at all anymore. Well, not on a paid job. Q. Oh, is it? Is it really? Huh. See, I don't use a keyboard. I use a controller. I mean, I use a keyboard for certain things, but I used to use the wheel, but it's too much of a pain in the butt to set up every time I want to do it. And I don't play Farm Sim like I did. I used to play Farm Sim every day. If I played it every day, I'd leave my wheel hooked up, but I don't. So it's kind of a pain to set that wheel up just for 2 days a week, and they're not even 2 days in a row. All right, I'll go get rid of this taters. You know what I should do is take these taters all the way into town. Ba-bum. Bum-ba-ba-bum. I saw that game. It's weird looking. Spaceships that look like old Peterbilts. What? Look at that old Kenworth flying through space. Oh my gosh. That was weird. All right, guess what time it is? It's howdy doody time. Oh, I forgot to change that. I gotta change that. I'm gonna put that conductor up. She's gonna sue me for using her likeness. Does the cat still work? Cat still works. Okay, so I think it's Dr. Dr. Pepper's still good. And Mountain Dew's still good. There. I've got the 7-Up button changed to the engine. I need to fix that. And then Red Dead. Yeah, Red Dead. That one's still good. And I use that one every day. All right. Okay, I'll have to figure it out. But I think I'm going to do a Baja Blast today because I think my blood sugars they're not real high today, so I won't hurt myself. So I got to do that. Let's see if I can reach one out of the fridge here. There we go. Baja Blast. Man, it's cold too. I need to get a set of wool gloves to get in the fridge. Alrighty. Let's see. Get it away. Pop a top. Oh my gosh, that's cold. And really refreshing. So we're good for the rest of the live stream now. Tim wants me to do oats today, but I don't. What would I do oats for? I don't have any horses. Oh God, I'm in trouble. No. Oh, there's no. I can't get traction. Come on. Oh, I think the car's in the way. Oh no, that car's in the way. I don't think I can pull this trailer over the fence. All right, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this. Let's see, where do I need to go? I'm going to town. So let's see. I think maybe I'll go into this field right here. Oh. Oh. It's a rice field. I'm lucky I didn't get stuck in the mud. All right, we're going to put some of these potatoes in here. Matthew says it's time for Papa Doodle Doo. By the way, I hope the next life is to be born in Minnesota. That's where my dad was from. My dad and his generation were born in Minnesota. St. Cloud, Minnesota. Minnesota. I hope you like snow. They get some nasty weather up there. It's Mount Duty time. It's Tutti Fruity time. Yeah, see, that's why. Oh, am I full already? Wow. You know what? I need to put a Maurice in here, so I can store the extra potatoes and sugar beets. But I'm kind of running out of room in this little patch of woods here. I could probably put one right here. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm getting behind on picking stuff up, so let's just go back. See if I can get in trouble again. You hate warm weather? Well, you'd love it here. We never get warm weather where I live. The warmest we get's like in the 60s. I mean, it'll get over that a couple of times, but not this year. I keep a little air conditioner in my office for all the heat that I get from my computers that are running. And the last 2 summers, it never got that warm, but it got warm enough that I used that air conditioner every day, all day long. I've only used the air conditioner maybe 3 days out of this last summer, out of the whole summer. Today's the only day I've had it running for like a month and a half. It's that global warming. Where's the global warming? It's global cooling where I live. All right, where do I go first? Was Scorpion working up in the sunflower seeds? That's probably where I need to go. That's what I told Scorpion. Scorpion lives in hell. I mean, Texas. You know, the worst thing about Texas is Austin. If Texas had a fault, it would be Austin. A negative. Now that's just my own personal opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. What's he doing over here? He's supposed to be working that other field. What happened? Scorpion has a mind of his own. Is that who's still working here? No, Andy. Andy was working here. Andy, I thought I started him on the other field. No, I guess I didn't. Wow, I thought I did. Huh. Guess not. All right, I got to move that trailer. Fort Worth is more conservative. I don't like California. Nobody does anymore. Houston is the same. Yeah, I knew Austin was. I think Austin's the worst because that's one you hear the most about. All right, I'm going to check and see if I've got any. Let's see, what did we just haul over? Was it potatoes or sugar beets? I think it was potatoes. Well, I can find out. Let's see what we got here. 100,000 soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beets. Wow, we got a lot of sugar beets. A lot of sugar beets. Oh, man. I probably didn't need to plant any. Okay, I'm going to take a load of sugar beets back over to the factory, the pig factory. And I think I've got pig food to pick up, and we need to sell it because I'm broke. I'm down to $45,000. Farm Sim guy asked, was your dad Norwegian? Are you talking to me because of the Minnesota? It was my grandma. My dad's grandma was from Norway. I mean, I'm sorry. My grandma, my dad's mom, was from Norway. El Paso? That sounds like a salsa. Where do you live? In a bottle of salsa. It's warm there. Yeah, Scandinavian people, they had the best looking women. Maybe maybe you were from there in your previous life. I've often wondered about stuff like that. Why are some people predisposed to certain things? So, let's say you're raised in the middle of the United States in the Corn Belt. You're as hillbilly as they can get. And for some reason, there's certain parts of the world that you just despise, and you have absolutely no reason to, because you've never been there, you don't know anybody from there, and maybe it's the race of people that live there that you have an objection to. I was trying not to get into anything that somebody's going to start yelling racism or anything, but people are predisposed to certain other people. For example, I personally do am not I'm not attracted. I was trying to think of the right word. I'm not attracted to Asian women at all, no way, shape, or form. But I love Mexican women, and you know, and Scandinavian women are pretty. But why would I be, or maybe not me, but anybody? Why would somebody be predisposed to not like a certain area of the world if they'd never been there before, unless they lived there in another? And I'm saying this only because I don't necessarily believe in reincarnation. I don't believe in it. I don't disbelieve it. I'm open-minded, but I don't. It's not something I would say it's definitely a thing. But then, if it was definitely a thing, certain things like that would explain it. That maybe in a different life I was in that area and something bad happened to me, and so I don't like that area for some reason. Past life, I don't know. Scorpion just likes the baby's got back, and I do as well. Yeah, well, it could be Farm Sim. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm open-minded. I don't disbelieve in it, but I don't necessarily believe in it either. I need to be convinced. And how can you be convinced over something like that? I don't know. All right, so it's not going to take all of this. I didn't need to fill this up. It's like ghosts, or if you don't want to call them ghosts, spirits. I've seen one, yet most of the stuff I don't believe in. And I've often had to frame that in a different way. If Farm Sim guy came and said, "Hey, let's have a cup of coffee," we're drinking a cup of coffee, and in the conversation he says, "Yeah," he said, "last month I went to my grandma's house and I saw her ghost," and he told me the story. I would believe him. But all this ghost stuff that you see on TV, where these ghost hunters are going around and every place is haunted, I don't believe any of that. I think that's all a bunch of hogwash. I really don't. And I've seen places that supposedly were the most haunted place in the United States, and the people tell you their story, and it's just horrifying. And then you say, "What's happening at the house today?" Nothing. We sold it. We moved away. And the people that bought it, they're perfectly happy there. Never had any experience at all. Well, okay, then why did you have an experience? Because we were on TV shows and we wrote a couple books about it. Oh, okay. So yeah, I have a hard time believing that any of that stuff on TV. Those Ghostbusters, that's all fake and phony as far as I'm concerned. And they never really find anything definite. But like I say, if somebody tells me that they did, I believe them. I believe they saw something. If they truly think they did, because I know I did. I've had a couple of things happen to me in my life that I can't explain. Out of the way, you losers. Don't hit the fence again. This is hard to drive with a controller. You don't. It's too. You don't have that much control. That looked like a paddy wagon. Woo! I believe in beer. You believe in beer? Lori says she picks up on smells. Smells are powerful. There are certain times when I smell something and man, it triggers an emotion or a memory from a smell. Smells are powerful. There's something about the smell of cut grass that gets me. And a soft summer warm rain. There's that smell from a rain. Thunderstorms, the ozone. You know, you'll get that smell from a thunderstorm. Rip family, yo. Hi, Rip. It's me, Jason. Hey, Jason. It's me, Mario. The smell of fresh made pretzels kills me. It kills you? Yeah. There's certain things. Cut grass, especially on a warm summer day. Cut grass gets to me. I get emotional with that. I get emotional in the summertime, laying, back in the grass, staring up at the sky and seeing nice fluffy white clouds going by. Something I used to do when I was a kid. We'd sit there for hours and watch the clouds go by and try to pick things out. Like, oh, there's one that's a rabbit. Look, you can see its ears, or that's a barking dog, or. That kind of thing. Smell of pine trees. Juniper. I like the smell of juniper. Some people don't. My sister doesn't. There's a place where we have our condo that is full of juniper trees, and that smell is pretty strong. I love it, but my sister hates it. All right, I gotta probably go pick up. What was I doing? Was it sugar beets? No, potatoes. I gotta go pick up some more potatoes. I'm gonna have a lot of potatoes and sugar beets. I didn't realize I still had some left from the last harvest. I don't know if I've smelled honeysuckle before. I don't know if I'd recognize it. Did I finish? Where's the... Oh, there he is. This field is quite hilly, isn't it? All right, let's get him. Oh boy, Andy's almost full again. I'll go clean up that little patch and then we'll dump this stuff. Yeah, I got you. We understand what you're saying. Doesn't matter whether you type well or not. Yeah, that's my opinion. A lot of people call it, I mean, this is called Farm Sim, but I don't consider this a simulator. This is just a game. Flight Sim is the closest game that I would, or is the one game that I would definitely say is a simulator. Because when you get, when you have a game where an actual real pilot is playing it, and they tell you that it's just like being in the real cockpit, well, then that's a pretty good indication it's a good simulation. To me, this is just a game. It's not really a simulator. Whoa! Making a mess. So somebody mentioned that pine, smell of pine. Oh, is she doing good, Tim? Smell of pine kind of tastes like dog. It reminds me of dog poo. A lot of people use pine smell for odors in their homes. So if somebody goes in and stinks up the bathrooms and the lady of the house goes in there and sprays a bunch of pine, guess what it smells like now? It smells like somebody just shit under a pine tree. So whenever I smell pine, that's what I think of. What's it covering up? All right, I'm done with this harvester here, and also the what do you call it? The headers. So let's go to our leased items here, and we can do away with those now. Give those back. All right. Let's see. We got Bill still working on corn. Let's get rid of these potatoes. I don't think farm simulators like that at all. To me, this is just a game. If I wanted to simulate farming, I'd buy I'd go out and plow up a garden and plant some seeds and grow some tomatoes. There's many reasons, and I don't blame the game. I've had plenty of enjoyment out of this game, but there's no way that you can tell me this is a simulator when I can drive up to this silo right here, and I can dump potatoes, and right behind me is a corn truck, and behind that is a grain truck, and behind that is a rice truck, and they all go in the same thing. That's not realistic. There's a lot of stuff about this game that is not realistic. If you look at the flight sim, I'll give you that not every switch and knob does something, but the biggest majority do. So for you can't just, I can jump in this game, jump in the tractor, and I'm off working without a second thought. If I go to a flight simulator, it's going to take me hours to learn what each knob and switch does. How much fuel do you have to put in for the passenger? I mean, there's just so much to it. Even a short flight, it took me 45 minutes to prepare the plane before I could take off. and you got to know stuff. You got to, that's a simulator. This is just a game, and that's just me. Other people think it's simulating farming, but it really isn't. It's just a game. All right, let's see. Who do I have to go to? Bill? Let's see. We got Bill and whoever was doing the sunflowers. See, Bill was doing the corn, wasn't he? Can't remember. There's Nick lost his W. I'm pretty sure he's talking about a woman there. He's dropping W's all over the place. Yeah, hey, Farm Sim guy. I would consider that that this is, I might be a little harsh. I would consider this to be somewhat of a simulator, but nothing like a flight sim. I guess I would say it. You can consider this a farming simulator, but it isn't a true sim game, in my opinion. But in a way, it does simulate farming because you have to do certain things. I'm trying to think of that. There was a mod that we used to have out, and I think it was Manchester. We had a map called Manchester, if I remember right. And in that game, there was a mod that you had to put certain chemicals and stuff on your fields, and you had to test the pH, and you had to do a whole bunch of stuff, and it was pretty realistic. That mod was fairly realistic, and if you're going to do stuff like that, you do have to have consequences. So if I screw up and I put too much pH on, or maybe it was too acidic, then it changes the yields. If there's consequences, to me, that's more of a simulator and more for the reality of what you're doing. There's a lot of games, though, that you can do all different kinds of things. Okay, I'm gonna do this field, and I'm gonna put fertilizer on it. Well, that should give you a better yield. Maybe planting your field at a certain time of year versus another time of year might give you a better yield. But when you do all that and the yield's still the same, then it's kind of like, what's the point? Now, this game we used to do science all the time, didn't we, Scorp? Where we would take a field and not fertilize it, and then fertilize it, and then figure out what the yields were, and were they better, and how much better were they, and we used to do stuff like that all the time just for fun. And there is a little bit of that in this game, but oh, I just hit a fence. That hurt. I gotta go check on Bill though. I left him all alone. That's dangerous. Won't work next week. I start every other week in the office next week. Are you kidding? Wow, they're getting back to normal, huh? Why I call him Winston? Because Churchill, Winston Churchill. Double P still mad about earlier. Wow, you need some anger management, Double P. That's not bad. Me calling Churchill Winston, that's not bad. In the regular game, I almost always called dog meat meatloaf. Go back and watch my videos. Every time I said something about the dog, I'd say, "Where's Meatloaf?" I just could not stop calling him Meatloaf. I gave up after a while. But I call Scorpion late to dinner all the time. You think it was the song? Well, don't feel bad, WP. These old boys in here can tell you. One time, I was playing this game, and I drove by a church, and the church was a mod that had a church bell ringing, and I got a copyright strike for that church bell because somebody claimed that they owned it. That they owned the sound of the church bell, and so they took ad money from me for that. Now that's something you can get a little angry about. I didn't, because I'm not doing this for money, so I don't care if I get, you know. It's a principle of the thing, though, that the whole point was, to me, that YouTube. They need to man up, because if somebody came in and said okay, somebody says they own the church bell sound, so we're not going to give you your revenue. If you want your revenue, you need to prove to us that you have the right to play that church bell. The guy that claims that he owned it doesn't have to prove a damn thing. You have to prove that you have the right to use that church bell. And then sometimes even if you do, I know a guy right now, last week, right now, in Fallout London, there's a record player in a couple different places, and while you're playing the game, you can pick up records. And all the record, and I'm getting ready to pick up one, and I know which one it is now. But every record on there is a song sung by a normal person like me that changes the words to the song. So it's not, you can play it. It's not copyrighted. There is one. It's a song called Danny Boy, and it's sung by this woman. And somebody claimed that they owned it because it was a cover of an original song, and they owned the cover for the song. And the only way that you can do anything about it is that you have to prove that you had the right to play it. And the guys that made the mod specifically made the music so it wasn't copyrighted, so that you wouldn't have that problem. But somebody copyrighted, somebody's claiming that it's theirs anyway. And YouTube will not stand up for you. The person that claims they own it, if they claim they own it, YouTube says, okay, you got to give them the money, even if they don't own it. But you're the one that has to prove that they don't own it and that you can use it. Well, if you're a small channel like mine, you can't afford to do that. And even if I could, my videos, if I put a video out today, I'm going to get most of my views within 24 to 48 hours. After that, I barely get any views. Most of my views come within 48 hours of when I put that video up. If I get a copyright on a song that I know I have the right to play because I bought the right, I paid for it, by the time I prove that I have the right, the money's already gone to the other guy. So why would I even complain? I'm not going to get anything for it. It's just going to cost me time and money. And so I blame YouTube for that. They're chicken S's, you know what I mean. Oh, let's see. I can take him. Let's take him and put him in that other field. Field number 12, maybe. Put him right there. Hey, pretty close. Is it worth it to make money? Well, I've got 5,300, and I can tell you that I make maybe $200 a year off of YouTube. If I'm lucky, 200. And then I have to pay taxes on it. By the time I pay taxes on it, now, you might think that I wouldn't have to pay that much in taxes on $200. Well, you would be wrong, because I have more income than just that $200. And so that $200, by the time it gets mixed into with my other income, is a higher rate than it would be if I just made $200. If I just made $200, I wouldn't pay any taxes on it at all, because you have to make a certain amount in a year's time to pay taxes on it. You have to. There's a minimum amount, but it's mixed in with my other income, and so it probably cost me more than $200 in taxes by adding that into my income. But I have to, because it's income. I would say you're not going to make any money until you get a couple 100,000 at least of subscribers. 400,000. There's some YouTubers that I know. Almost every YouTuber I know never made a dime the first 2-3 years that they did anything. And these are people with, 600,000 and 700,000 subscribers now, and they never made a dime the first couple years they did anything. And you have to measure that too, the fact that the equipment that I'm using, what do I have in the equipment I have? Now you can say, well, you would have that computer anyway. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I might not have paid $5,000 to put a computer together if I wasn't doing this, because there's there's computers I could get for $1,500 that would play just as well. especially if you're somebody like me that can't really tell a difference. I can look at two computers and not really tell the difference in the graphics. And I definitely can listen to different stereo systems and not tell a difference in sound. I just am not. I just don't have the ability to do that. My hearing isn't like, isn't that sophisticated for me to be able to tell. I had a $200 stereo when I was living in. When I was working at the bank, my roommate had a stereo system worth a couple thousand. And he used to get so mad at me because he was, mine sounds so much better. And I said, I can't really tell the difference. And he would get so mad at me for saying that. I said, I really can't. So if you're trying to make money at YouTube, good luck. You're going to have to be pretty damn lucky or be pretty damn good. Especially when you take the microphone I'm using right now. This is about the 6th or 7th microphone I've had. This microphone cost me about $600. I got a couple more. The equipment that I use for playing Elite Dangerous, I had a HOTUS that cost me, about $700. And I've got 6 HOTUSes. Yeah, start adding it up. The cost of games. I'll tell you one that really cost me was The Sims. With all the little add-ons to the Sims game, I got thousands of dollars worth of money wrapped up in that stupid game. When you start adding up $50 for every, add-on of the game. The computer cost me a lot of money. The recording equipment, the lighting equipment. I got several $100s in lighting equipment. The amount of Baja Blast I drink, got to add that in. I got 4 computers sitting here. I got 5 monitors around me. They're all 4K monitors. I got one that's 32. The others are 27. Except for the big 55-inch one that's above me here. Costs a lot of money. I spent more money than I ever made. Oh, $354, huh? Yeah, see, what was that I just saw? Farm Sim. Well, I can tell you, I've got 5,000 subscribers, and I'm lucky to make a couple hundred a year. So, take it with a grain of salt. But so you said something about 1 million subscribers, 1,400 to 54. Even if it was 54, that's less than half that I made in my job a year. So I'd go broke if I only had 1 million, if I was trying to live on 1 million subscribers, if that's all they make. Well, let's get this other guy here. He thinks he's done, but he's not. Did Nikki go to sleep? He don't like being called Nikki. I bet you he doesn't. I wouldn't. Nikki. Well, you call me Rudy. What's the difference? Rudy. Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti Rudy, yeah. There you go. You can call me anything you want. I don't care, because I don't listen most of the time. He's here. Well, on average, 54,000 years, you know, an okay income, but it wasn't half what I made. Rudolfo. Well, Rudolph, but Rudolfo. Huh. I could do that. I could call myself Rudolph St. John. That sounds continental, does it not? That sounds all James Bondish. Wasn't one of the bad guys named St. John Smythe? So St. John Smith, but they pronounce it St. John Smythe. Well, granted, they probably put an E on the end.
Oh, yeah.
The Fault of Little House on the Prairie. The book or the TV show? Was it Little House on the Prairie? Was a series of books, wasn't it? Or was it one book? I don't remember. I'm too old. I still haven't. Rice still isn't ready to go yet. Man, that sucks. I was hoping to be able to get this as one field, but it didn't work out because that strip in the middle didn't grow fast enough. Let's see, this one over here is probably going to be the first one that needs help. Who we got working now anyway? Let's see, we got Bill on that one. Bill's on both of them. That can't be right. That can't be right. Bill can't be splitting himself in two like that. All right, Andy. Andy, you're on the Reaper. Andy's on the Reaper. And Bill's on the Tryon. Oh, the TV show? You're talking about the TV show? Yeah, where is Bill today? Little shack in the meadow. That's the outhouse. Little outhouse on a hill. That way turds roll downhill. Little outhouse on the hill. That's like Bonanza. Anybody watch Bonanza? The house in Bonanza was just a prop. It was a little tiny little place. It was just a prop. And you look at this great big huge farm ranch mansion, and it was a tiny little shack in real life. That's just like Godzilla being a little man in a suit. What? No, say it ain't so. Hey, guess what? It's Thursday already. How's that happen? Another week fly by. Yeah, it was Goonies. The Goonies. Well, actually, there's more than one house here because we've had a lot of movies made here. Short Circuit was made here. That house sits on a hill overlooking the mouth of the Columbia River. And interesting story about that. The house faces to the west, so it faces the ocean. And in the movie, they've got the little girl getting up in the morning, making a cup of tea or coffee, walking out on the deck, and looking supposedly at the sun's rise. Well, she's facing west, so that sunrise was actually a sunset. So it wasn't right. But they do things in movies that, it's called movie magic, I guess. So the Goonie house is on one side of town. The Short Circuit house is on the other side of town. There's a bridge that kind of looks like the Golden Gate Bridge that goes across the river. And the Short Circuit house, if you're standing on the deck, is overlooking that bridge, which is covering the mouth of the Columbia. And that bridge is about that shy of being 5 miles across that river. So the mouth of the Columbia is just shy of 5 miles across. The mighty Mississippi, I can't remember how wide the mouth is on the Mississippi. The other thing about Short Circuit was the science lab that was creating the robots was supposed to be in Seattle, just a couple miles away. I hate to tell you, but Seattle's like, what, 200 miles away at least? Then they made a movie called Point Break. There was part of that was filmed here on our beach with, I can never pronounce his name, Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. There was a movie. At the end, they're surfing, and they filmed that part here. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, the original ones, were made here. There was another movie called Fractured that was made here. There was a movie that Bruce Willis played in that was supposed to be a part of Japan. It's raining. Oh no, that's going to hurt my harvest. Stop. Stop. Arnold Schwarzenegger made a movie here called Kindergarten Cop in Astoria here. They made a lot of movies here. Free Willy, remember Free Willy? That movie was made here. Free Willy! All right, I gotta get rid of this rain. Let's see if I can speed up time a little bit. Get back into the cloudy weather. Oh, it's gonna go into nighttime, isn't it? Uh-oh. All right, we're gonna go back, and I might as well just sleep the night away. Whoa! Flew right into that. Look at that. That house looks so small, but it's a cute little house. Don't forget, close the door, let the mosquitoes in. Man, sounds like a storm out there. Stormy weather. All right, 8 hours is good enough, or 8 o'clock, I should say. I'm a BSer. The video I brought out today, was it today? Did I have a video out today? No, it was yesterday. The video that came out yesterday in Fallout London. Remember when Lynn used to call me a whiner? I do whine quite a bit. I'm a whiner. I say I'm a bitcher, but Lynn used to call me a whiner. I noticed that when I was making the video for Wednesday on Fallout London, that I got to the point where I said, God, have I been whining for the last 15 minutes about something? And I had been. So when I was editing the movie, I caught it. When I was editing the movie, and Fallout London has to be edited quite extensively. I have to watch every second of it because it crashes all the time, and there's just stuff that happens that you need to cut out. So I have to really be careful editing those videos. So I got to watching it and I thought, oh my God, I've been whining for the last 15 minutes. So I put in words on the screen. Yes, I know I'm a whiner. I'm busy looking for cheese right now to go with the wine. Anyway, it reminded me of Lynn because she used to call me a whiner. My phone's going off. Why is that? All right, Andy's full. I got to go pick up Andy before he gets mad at me. Well, the problem with me screaming is I scream like a little old lady. Ah! I can't help it. It makes Lori laugh. Anything to make Lori laugh. If I can make Lori laugh, then I've had a good day. I scare myself. Especially when I play, scary games, because I have blackout curtains, so even in the daytime, it's dark in here. Outside of that light that's shining in my face, if I turn that light off, you wouldn't be able to see me at all because it's pitch dark in here. I don't have any lights on. I have blackout curtains up, and I wear headphones when I play. So if I'm playing a scary game with monsters in it, it's scary. And I even get scared making Minecraft videos. When I at the last second hear a creeper sneaking up on me, the hairs on the back of my neck go, and I scream. It scares me. It's just a silly little game, but it still scares me when I get killed by a creeper. Or a zombie comes jumping out at me or something. It scares me. I'm a fraidy cat. Yes, I'm afeared. Bangers and fried potatoes. Ooh. I think Lynn was like that too. Lynn used to laugh all the time. She'd say, "Oh my God, I just snorted my tea or something. I'm having a glass of milk and half of it squirt through my nose onto the table." Made my day. That makes my day. Because I do the same thing. If I get scared, it's like just spit all over myself. I'm pretty... Matt says I gotta go now. I'm pretty lucky. I have a good bladder. I haven't peed my pants yet when I get scared. That doesn't happen. Oh, wow, I really am broke. I'm down to $20,000. It costs money to farm, you know, because I'm spending gas money and stuff like that. So I gotta sell some crops. But hey, that's a story for another day. It's 3:00. It's time for me to go. And unfortunately, we're done for the week, unless there's some special things that came up in Red Dead, some special clothes and stuff. I might come in this weekend and play a little Red Dead. If I do, it'll be a surprise. But so don't watch for it. But if you see that I come on live, it might be that I'm playing a little bit of Red Dead this weekend. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on here because school just started, and so you know, I may be too busy to do any streaming, but I'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks everybody. Appreciate you, Nick. It's good to have you. Hope you had fun, and hope to see you again. The rest of you guys, don't forget to pray for Jenny. Andy, keep us posted. Drop something in, you know, if something, just keep us posted. I worry about you guys. Craig's good to see Craig again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Have a good weekend.